Welcome to the Paid in Full Almost podcast. It's your host, Tay, but you knew that. And today we have another special guest, Thania.
Hey.
Thania, welcome. So introduce yourself to the audience. Let them know what you about.
Hello, everyone. My name is Thania. De Jesus. Gotta say all my last names. I majored in business and communications, and I did minors in painting and art. Career right now, I'm working at State Farm.
Okay.
In the process of getting my license to sell insurance, and that's where I am right now.
Right. So if you need that insurance, my girl right here, she the one.
Yes. I am like a good neighbor.
So why was college an avenue that you wanted to explore straight out of high school? Like, why college?
I think there is a set expectation of every immigrant from any Latin American country to go to college because a lot of our parents don't have that opportunity. So that is mainly the reason why I went to school. Honestly, I didn't know if I wanted to go. I was going to enlist in the army and just leave for 4 years. And then somehow I got pushed into college and I went and did my 4 years. And in part, it was because of my mom.
Okay, wait. So back up. You were finna go to the military? Like the United States military?
Yeah, like shoot off some people.
Like boom. Wait, so you're going to be like Air Force, like Navy, or you just was going to go?
I was just going to go. I didn't care where they sent me. I was just like, bye, I'm leaving.
True. So your mom really was like, no, like, was your mom like against the army, or she was like, I prefer you to go to college compared to the
I never
army?
really talked to her about it because I had that set expectation to go to school. And for my mom, it was always, I don't care what you study as long as you're a professional. You have your degree. Okay. Cool. She did not tell me I need you to be a doctor, which is in a lot of sad cases what a lot of our parents expect from us for some reason.
True.
But she didn't really have that. It was just go to college, get your degree, get your education so you can worry about yourself, depend on yourself, work for yourself. So you can never depend on someone. So that's what that was.
Okay.
And I was just unsure about it.
You was like,
that's why I wanted to go to the army.
Okay.
Exactly.
That's crazy. You're the first person I've heard that was like, okay, I'm finna go to the army, but instead of going to the army, I'm gonna go to college. Because usually people are like, oh, I'm gonna go to the army, and then they're gonna pay for my college, and that's how I'm gonna do that one. Crazy how like parents or people in general can have like that type of effect in pulling us to like change our whole pathways. Because I did not know that.
100%.
Being that you are a first generation grad, talk about that experience, period. My sister first. I was a first generation grad. I would be like, oh my God, like I can't give up. Even if I wanted to, like I can't, because it's like I gotta push through. So talk about those feelings, because I know you're not the only one that goes through that. So
well, I am the first one to graduate of college in my family. Like my sister's older than me, but she still hasn't graduated college. So there was definitely a lot of pressure coming from being the first one and having to do it and get it done well, you know, because there's one thing going to school and finishing, but there's one thing to go to school and get a lot of things done. True. At least for me, you know, like with all the things that I accomplished while I was in school. So there was definitely a lot of added pressure because a lot of people were counting on me to be able to be the first.
Yeah.
And there's that in my shoulders, and I'm like, why can't my sister be first, you know? And now you want to go first? I like being second, you know, because it's safe. But I had to get out of that. Have the opportunity to be the first meant that I had to finish it.
True.
You know? Because I can be the first, my sister can be the second, and my little brother can go to school, and then he's just like, never mind. At that point, they're just going to be like, okay, cool. Good for you. You're doing what's good for you. But it wasn't like that for me. It was like, you better get it done, and you better get it done right. And I've always been an overachiever at school. So, you know, I had to do the most. Yeah. So that's why I did 2 majors and 2 minors because I could not decide. Yes.
No, you definitely, every time I saw you on campus, where are you going? Girl, I got to go painting class. Girl, I'm going to work. Girl, I got to do this. You were already on the go, and you was an RA. Child.
Honestly, don't want to even talk about that.
Child, you was definitely on the go, on the run. So that is really, you know, I hear a lot of people say that they are first generations, and I always have that thought, like, you know, what if college isn't what they want to do, but do they have to just stick it through, or do they just push through? Because, you know, like, I am the first, and it's all this pressure to be successful and to make sure I have it done. Because, child, listen, I'm like, you know what, Mom? I don't know. I don't think this is for me.
I couldn't do that, honestly.
You do have a lot of majors and minors. So walk us through, like, why you chose what you chose. I thought you had a degree in art, but you have more, because she does a lot of painting, you guys. I'm thinking that's your right there. You see that? So walk us through why you chose your degrees that you chose.
Initially, I was just going to do communications. I always liked the entertainment business. I saw myself in it always, whether it was the back end or in the stage. Then I did an audition, and I was like, the stage is not for me. I'm not gonna do this. So I knew in my mind I wanted to do communications, and I was gonna go with journalism because I just had my mind set on that. And then I kept getting pushes about, well, that's not gonna really get you a job. That's not really gonna give you money. And it's always that money question, and that money, like, how much are you gonna make? I don't freaking know, I just want to do it.
Right.
So one of my art teachers in high school, she wasn't really my teacher, but she was just in the department. She's like, you should do business. You'll be great for business. Business administration, you have both. You'll be able to do great. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I just want to do communication. She's like, you need something to fall back on. I was like, okay, cool. So that's why I got business in there. So that was initially communications. Then I started school, and I couldn't leave art behind. I'm a self-taught artist. So I did ceramics before I did jewelry. I did drawing, and I taught myself how to draw. And the only thing that I didn't have skills in was painting. So I chose painting as a minor. Here we are, painting still. And then I was in Spanish class, and my Spanish teacher pushed me to get a minor in Spanish. And I was like, listen, Melendez, if you're watching this, you know, I love you. She was like, it's okay if you do 2 majors and 2 minors. I'm like, dude, I have a lot already. She's like, no, but you should do it. So because of her, I did Spanish as well. And here we are. Those are actually the main reasons why I chose all of those.
Dang, but I think that's actually smart, because to me, you really, even though people around you helped you, but you really mapped out a plan, like, okay, all of these are things that I like to do, and here's an area I need to improve on. So I'm in college, let me just take it, do it, even though it's gonna be a lot. I need to make sure I got backup on the backup on the backup.
Exactly. That's exactly how it is. And you would understand, as a woman in America, you need to have backups, because we're not treated the same. So we need to do more. So yeah.
This is definitely true. You definitely need to do more, especially as a woman. Child, just to mind the gap between pay is a whole nother thing.
Don't even want to talk about that. I did a whole presentation on this. I was like, let me tell you what's wrong with the system. So.
Right, but I think that's very interesting. Meaning, I've never heard somebody that did like a double major, because I did a double major, but I didn't have any minors, which I regret. But a double major and then 2 minors, like, that is very, very, very crazy. But it works together in your case.
Yes, they all help each other out.
Right. So, what would be your ideal, like, career path, title type thing? Like, what would be your, like, dream if you could have a dream job? If you have one, what would that look like?
That's hard to say, because I feel like every year I'm changing. But the one thing that never changes is art for me. Like, I'm improving every time I paint, and like, that is the only thing that I see myself doing long term until I'm like 99, if I ever make it that long. But like, that is, to me, is just to be an artist in every sense of the word, and just create. I think that's where I see myself being the most happy. And it's hard to think that, because it can go so wrong in so many ways, you know. And it can also just not work out at all. And I'm not really afraid of that. Okay, I'm a little afraid of that, but not to the point where I'm like, at all, you know. That's the only thing that I see myself as a dream. Like my dream would be to be able to live off my art and produce art and create and share it with the world. That's it.
That's right, girl. I'm an artist. So being a recent grad, do you fear and have that like conversation with yourself and look at different avenues because of money? Because I know like especially me being a recent grad, everybody's like, you know, you need to go into fields that's going to make you the most money. Like you don't want to come out starting at a low income. So is that something that you worry about and stress about as well?
I didn't until yesterday when I got a bill from the bank for student loans. And it's crazy. I feel like I've never worried about jobs because it's so easy for me to get one, or at least get one that is stable for me. I've been at State Farm since 2018. So that's something that I can fall back on. But then as soon as for example, if I go out and live by myself, things are going to get crazy for me and they're going to get hectic. It's not going to be one job anymore. It's going to be 2 or 3. And that is something that I'm going to have to do unless I pass the state exam for licensing, which is something that I'm working on currently. So it is something that is in the back end, but I'm not 100% worried about it, you know?
Okay. So it's the thought, and then it's like, okay, I'll deal with it when I get there.
Exactly.
That's smart. That's smart. I like that. I like that. So for college, is there like a worst part of college that you could relate to, or like the best part of college? Like, what do you feel like? Tell me your worst and tell me your best thing about going to college.
Being an RA is the worst. Sorry. Honestly, I'm gonna tell you this, and I cannot say this is confidential. I'm not sharing any names or anything, but I literally got death threats. Like, I got threatened to, like, my whole family get fucked up and everything. Like, the state police was called and everything by a resident. Okay, so that was the worst. So you best believe I was full of pimples and stress because I could not freaking sleep.
True. But that is crazy. I didn't know our race was catching the heat like that. What is y'all like?
I was, because I was doing my job, literally. True. And you know, I'm not a person to stay quiet. Like, I am very expressive, I am very loud, and I am very strong. Like,
right, don't do it.
You know, I feel like we've known each other for a while now. Like, I feel like the first year it was a little bit, it took you a little longer to figure out that I'm like that, but I'm not just mean. And I don't mean to be. It's just hard for me to express myself in English. So I need to be expressive with strong words. Whatever. So that was the worst. There were days that I could not sleep peacefully because I'll have a person on my door talking about, come outside, I'm gonna fuck you up, bitch. Beep on that. Anyways, and this is like guys that you expect to just, I know.
Guys, so see, and that's when I'll be like, I got you.
A child.
Right. I got you. Hold on. Let me call my brothers and my dad. I got you.
And here's the thing. At that point, it's just like, do I go out and even engage with that? Because that is just a waste of time. I'm putting myself in danger, and then you're putting yourself in danger because I'm not going to hold back. So that was my worst experience. My best was studying abroad. Leading up to it, leading up to it was stressful, but going there and just doing everything right before the pandemic too, we were so fortunate, bro.
Yeah, we were lucky.
Yeah, that was the best for me, I think. Yeah.
Do you think, since you studied abroad, like we studied abroad the same semester in 2019, having that experience, then do you wish like you would have studied abroad like the rest of your semesters in college, or done like more study abroad programs? Or is one and done?
I feel it's like, you know, because if I would have done more study abroad programs, I was not going to do everything else that I did in school.
True.
When I came back. And when I came back is when I got more engaged in school and I did more because I felt like I had the confidence to do more because I had already lived by myself so far away from everyone.
Yeah.
And I was taking care of myself. I was like, okay, I'm going to come back and I'm going to kill it. And that's exactly what I did. So I think the timing of it was perfect for me. If I go back to school and I'm given the opportunity, I would 100% do it again. a whole year.
Girl, who you telling? Wait, so would you go back to school to get your master's, or is master's not even a thought?
Oh, it's a thought.
It's a thought.
I think about going so I don't pay loans. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna defer this until 2030 or something. Just go back to school every time they send me a bill.
Right. I'm in school now. Please stop sending me this.
Exactly, and they can't do anything about it. If I die, I'm just gonna. They can't do anything. They just have to make it disappear. I think loans are so stupid. Like, they're just stealing money from us. Like, what makes you think we don't pay during the semester? Like, you're taking more. And they expect us to live and eat and work. Like, what?
That's what I'm saying. Like, 2 + 2 not equaling 4, because how y'all set up this system, it's not making sense. Like,
it's not at all.
Like, who thought this was a good idea? Like, who? It's not. Like, I go to school.
I wonder where this money's. It's not the teachers.
That's what I'm saying.
I want to know where it's going.
I don't know where it's going, to be honest. But my thing is, I go to school. You mean to go to college, take out loans, get a degree, to pay you back, to get a job, to pay you back the money. It's not clicking to me. We've graduated and we have all this free time. We're not in school anymore. Like, what have you been filling your time with? And like, what do you have any like projects you're working on as far as painting? Like, like, what have you filled your time with this far? Because school has been like the 9 to 5. So now, like, what has taken over that time?
Well, right after I finished school, I went to California for a little bit before I started working. Then I had surgery and then I was off. So I was recuperating and fighting with myself. Because they tell you you're supposed to rest and you feel fine, but then in reality, you're not.
Yeah.
So that took like 3 weeks. And then I started working, and I've been working since at State Farm. So I've been then I started working out, which is insane. Like, I pay a membership and I go. Yeah. Nobody is forcing me. So I've been doing a lot of that, and art has been on standby. But I'm currently working on a piece. I'm going to work on a graduation cap for a person in California, which is cool. Yeah, I recently did a drawing for, I don't even know what to call this person, an employee of a hotel that I'm going to visit next week. It was just a gift that he wanted. He wanted a piece of art that I create. So I drew him. So my time has been filled up with a little bit of stress. Yeah. A lot of going out. I lost so much weight, bro, and I don't know how to stop now. And just working. I feel like I never stopped working, except for that time that I had surgery and I went to California. So that's all I've been doing.
Speaking of work, like, we don't get a break. Like, you know how school we had like winter break,
Thanksgiving break,
fall break, a mental health. Like, I need a break. Like, I gotta go here every day, Monday through Friday. Like,
I had the Friday off after Thanksgiving, and it was like a 4-day weekend, but I felt like I didn't have a break because you're doing adult things and they expect you to take care of errands and stuff on the weekend. Like, I want to sleep in. You can't even do that.
Exactly. Everything the same thing. I was like, do I really have off? Because Saturday and Sunday come and it's like, I have stuff to do. And then Monday is like, I have to go back to work.
Exactly.
So it's like, what?
That's the cycle.
I don't like it. Okay. So the information you learn from your majors, do you feel like you apply them after college? Do you feel like it was useful or helpful, or was it a waste of time?
It was useful, some of them. I don't think everything that I learned I took with me, because it doesn't apply to my daily life right now. But a lot of things for communications, I'm taking it with me at work. And because I deal with people every day, and obviously painting, the skills that I learned, I'm still applying them today, and I'm still learning as I go. I feel like every day I'm learning something new, and you never really stop learning, whether you're in school or not. So I don't think it was a waste of time, but I also don't think that everything that all the classes that I took apply to what I'm doing now. Yeah.
So do you feel like, looking back, would you have maybe took in certain classes that could apply to your life now or in the future? Or do you feel like all the classes that you already took will apply eventually in the future?
A little bit of both. I think that I could have taken more to learn what I plan on doing later on in life. And yeah, it's a little bit of both, because I can never have so much information in my head, but also I cannot be focused on one thing and expect to just put everything that I learned before, put it in that one specific thing when it doesn't apply. So I would say both. Yeah.
Yeah, both. Looking back, I definitely would have, I probably would have taken more specific classes when it comes to business. I probably would have done or tried to do more classes outside of business management, and probably different fashion courses. But yeah, I don't know, because to me, some of the information I learned, I really don't use it. So it's like, did I waste my time? What am I doing? Maybe. Okay.
Oh, okay. That's a conversation for another day.
To our last question, you guys. So as Thania said, we both in the student loan loop cycle, okay? If y'all got any tips, let us know.
Please
let us know. So would you say college is worth paying in full almost? Do you think?
I could have gotten an 80% off, honestly. I don't know.
Where to say on that?
No, because I feel like it is so overpriced to what we're getting, you know? And they're not really preparing us to life outside of school. They're just preparing us for the books. Obviously, there were classes that did, and there were professors that did, and mentors that did do that for me, which is why I'm able to work and do what I'm doing. But I don't think it was. I don't think all that money that I put into school, it shouldn't have cost that much. That's it. That's my sentence right there. Because I'm just gonna go in circles just saying how it shouldn't have. Like, that was too much money. Like, why do I owe so much right now? You know? That bill really scared me. So no. The answer is no.
No, is the number you, girl. We on the same page. I just don't get it neither. I be looking at my student loans. I be like, what?
And them interest kept getting higher.
Yeah. So I'm like, maybe I do need to go get my master's. Maybe I need to go back so I can
seriously sign me up.
Right. So there you have it, guys. Thania said the money is not worth the degree. Like, she liked her degree, but the money, like, we need a discount. Black Friday sale all the time. That's what we need.
80% off. Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming on, Thania. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.